Here we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure I'm live here. Okay. Check. It's Harry Hewlett. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just the moment I thought I was going to be professional, I started being unprofessional again. Well, anyway, here we go. My name's Harry Hewlett. This is Dallas Songwriter Association. DSA's virtual global songwriter showcase. It's Saturday. We're going to be here from 12 to 3. We've got six people lined up to play. Each one's going to do like a 30-minute set. We've got we're first going to be Larry Beamer, and he's up in Dallas, and then we've got Sue Skinner. She's over there in the UK. And then TK Brown. She's in Gun Barrel City, I think, here around Dallas. And then we got Kat McGee and John Mason. John's local. Kat, she's down in Austin now, and then we'll have Kent and Kay Ellingson. They're a couple, and he teaches over at Booker T. Washington High School. So anyway, no further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Larry Beamer. He's our first act. I'm going to replace the spotlight. Hi, Larry. How you doing?
Doing just fine. Well, my voice isn't doing fine, but I'm doing fine.
Well,
we'll get through it.
You know, one of the biggest compliments I ever had on my voice, which probably was the only when I could barely talk, and I had this gravelly voice, and some lady came up after the show and she said, "You really sounded good today." That was the only time.
I can hope for that.
Okay, Larry, welcome to the show, and you got 30 minutes to play and play us some songs, man.
Be happy to. This first song is called Nightbird, and doesn't really have any meaning other than I was recording a different song, and this song came to me, so I happened to capture it right in the middle of recording a different song, and it was one of the easiest songs I've written. It goes like this. Every night there is something that I can't sleep without. It's my little night bird. I don't know where it comes from or what its song's all about. Just my little night bird. It takes me to another place and time, and I don't want to live without it. I just want to make it mine. 'Cause there's nothing set in stone, and I heard it through the grapevine. And when my night bird's calling, I quickly turn around. I see it waiting for me, and without a sound, it takes me to another place and time, and I don't want to live without it. I just want to make it right. That's Nightbird for y'all.
When did you write that one?
I was recording a different song. I wrote it about, I would say about 10 years ago.
10 years?
I was actually had the recorder on, recording a different song, and captured this one right in the middle of it. And that's one of the lucky things. If you're hearing a song and you've got the recorder on and an instrument in your hand, that's a lucky song. This next one's not so lucky. It's called No Do-Overs. What happened on this song, I wrote this song in the middle of the night and wrote it on a piece of paper. Lost the piece of paper for a few months, and then heard the music of a melody in my mind. I thought, man, I'll just go get those lyrics I wrote one night. But I had to find them first, and it took about 6 months for me to find them in a drawer somewhere, but I didn't. It's called No Do-Over, and it goes like this. Hope y'all like it. It's a strange chord. They closed down memory lane. The bridge washed out from the storms and rain. No more trips down Lover's Lane. And there's no do-over. I hadn't seen him in a while. I heard that seldom smiles. Time can't mend a broken heart when there's no do-over. You can't fall back in time or spring forward where everything's fine when all it takes is one more try. You know there's no do-over. Buildings fall, buildings rise, two lights shine in the midnight skies, remind us that not long ago there was no do-over. The jester laughs at the king and queen. Camelot was just a dream, or so it seems, when there's no do-over. The old woman sits in her chair, all alone, playing solitaire, all alone, without a care, when there's no do-over. You can't fall back in time or spring forward where everything's fine, when all it takes is one more try. You know there's no do-over. I heard they closed down memory lane. The bridge washed out from the storms and rain. No more trips down Lover's Lane. And there's no do-overs. All right, there's a happy song for you.
You write some nice melodies.
Well, like I said, I appreciate that. I'm glad I found those lyrics because they kind of fit with that melody I ended
Yeah,
up putting
yeah, you
to.
come up with some really nice melodies.
This next one's kind of a soft pop rock. One of my happier songs. It's called "It's Always You," and it goes like this. Seen a million faces in a million spaces, but not one can take the place of you. It's always you. I've walked 1,000 miles, seen 1,000 smiles, but only one can drive me wild. It's you. It's always you. You're the one, don't you know it's true? You're the one, the only one. It's always you. I've been high and low, don't you know? When there's no place left to go, there's you. There's always you. I search up and down, all around, but when I'm lost and can't be found, well, there's you. There's always you. You're the one, don't you know it's true? You're the one, the only one. It's always you. I've been high and low, don't you know? When there's no place left to go, there's you. There's always you. And I searched up and down, all around, but when I'm lost and I can't be found, well, there's you. There's always you.
Another pretty one.
Well, a little upbeat, little pop music there. This next one, a lot of people think I was, when I first started singing this song, was saying "Soggy Dog," and it's really "Soggy Dollar," like we're on our last dollar, and it's all soggy. You know, it's in your wallet, and well, anyway, in Texas it gets real hot, so this really was even further. Like if you're in the Caribbean where it's, or in Mexico where it's real hot all the time. It's called "Soggy Dollar Saloon," and it goes like this. There's a girl I know, and I can see her face, even in my dreams, but in a different place. And I go there each night in my room. I wait for her at the Soggy Dollar Saloon. We hold hands and talk in the evening breeze. sipping drinks and laughing, just playful things. But late at night, we go back to her room, and making love underneath a velvet moon. In the morning she's gone. When I awake, emptiness fills my heart. It starts to break. 'Cause I don't know if she'll come back soon. But I wait for her at the Soggy Dog saloon.
Now, to me, it sounded like you said Soggy Dollar Saloon.
That's it. That's the name of the song.
Okay. That's funny.
All right. This next one, well, we're going to do is called, we're going to go a little country western. Mostly country and just a sprinkle of western on it. I wrote this song about 15 years ago. And it just was one of those songs where you're just sitting there in the backyard and you're thinking about all those cattle drives, and late at night the cows are in the background and making their sounds, and the birds and everything are making their sounds. So it's like an orchestra in the background, and you know, you just get this feeling comes over you. You're sitting there alone, you know, with just you and the cows and your horse. And I wrote this song called "Ride 'Em Cowboy." Hope you like it. There was a saying back when I was young, 3 little words that were so much fun. When I look back on those good old days, these are the words I can hear them say. Just ride 'em, cowboy, ride 'em all night long. Ride 'em, cowboy, till the cows come home. Ride 'em, cowboy, yippee-ki-yay. Ride 'em, cowboy, it's a cowboy way. To ride in the saddle or ride a bareback. Ride with your boots on and your cowboy hat. Ride 'em alone if you got nothing to do. My favorite time was when I was riding with you. I wish I could go back just one more time. I'd take that pony for another ride. I'd grab the reins and I'd hold on tight and ride that pony all through the night. Just ride 'em, cowboy, ride 'em all night long. Ride 'em, cowboy, till the cows come home. Ride 'em, cowboy, yippee-ki-yay. Ride 'em, cowboy, it's the cowboy way. To ride in the saddle or ride 'em bareback. Ride with your boots on and your cowboy hat. Ride 'em alone, you got nothing to do. My favorite time was when I was riding with you. Riding cowboy, ride 'em all night long. Ride 'em cowboy till the cows come home. Ride 'em cowboy, yippee-ki-yay. Ride 'em cowboy, it's the cowboy way. Just ride 'em cowboy.
Yeehaw!
Like I said, just a sprinkle of Western on that
Just
one.
a sprinkle. Yeehaw! Good one.
But since we're in that mood, we'll go ahead and do another one. Another cowboy, country and Western kind of song. More of a barroom kind of song. I used to do those open mic nights.
We don't allow barroom songs.
No. Okay, it was
Just for me.
It's a coffee house song.
Coffee house. There you go.
Here we go. It's called Cowboy's Luck, and it goes like this. You were alone, and I was lonely. You didn't see me, but I saw you. I drank my beer down, got my courage up, and there was one more thing I had to do. So I walked up to you, said hello. Would you like to dance? You said no. I'm living on a cowboy's luck, a pair of faded jeans, driving that old pickup truck that ain't never clean. In my worn out boots, an old Stetson hat. When it comes to money, well, I ain't got much of that. But I got two strong arms you can hold on to. And I'd wait all night just to dance with you. But I walked away. I didn't want to show my eyes. But your rejection, well, you know, it kind of hurt my pride. But after a beer or two, I got over it. And I decided to give you another try. So I walked up to you, said hello. Would you like to dance? You said no. I'm living on a cowboy's luck, a pair of faded jeans, drive that old pickup truck that ain't never clean, and my worn out boots, an old Stetson hat. When it comes to money, much of that. But I got two strong arms you could hold on to. And I'd wait all night just to dance with you. But it's closing time. Evie's putting the chairs up. And the waitress said to me, it's the last call. I'll have another beer. Walked over to the jukebox and put $1 in to hear my favorite song. She walked up to me, said hello. Would you like to dance? I said let's go. I'm living on a cowboy's luck and a pair of faded jeans. Drive that old pickup truck that ain't never clean. In my worn out boots, an old Stetson hat. When it comes to money, I ain't got much of that. But I got two strong arms you can hold on to. I waited all night for this dance with you, and I'm dancing on a cowboy's luck. Yeah, dancing on a cowboy's luck. Yeah, we're dancing on a cowboy's luck.
I tell you what, that just about does it. You made it.
All right, I did.
You made it. If you got a 1 minute song, you can do that.
1 minute song.
Maybe a 2 minute song.
All right. We'll make it that coffee house song.
Make it a coffee house song.
The dog's a critic of this song here, but like this. It's called I Like Sugar. I like sugar. She likes cream. I like it in my coffee. She likes it in her tea, and I like sugar. She likes cream. That's just a little difference between my baby and me. You see, I like it hot. She likes it cold. I like it mild. She likes it bold, and I like sugar. She likes cream. And that's just a little difference between my baby and me. And when we go to the coffee shop, I like to get a little treat. I'll have a biscuit with strawberry jam. She'll have a biscotti. Yeah. I like sugar, she likes cream. I like it in my coffee, she likes it in her tea. And I like sugar, she likes cream. And that's just a little difference. That's just a little difference. That's just a little difference between my baby and me.
Way to go, Larry. Thank you very much. And just 1 month ago, you had the COVID.
Yes, I did.
And you're getting over it. And I tell you what, it's good to have you back. You know, we've got three people. We got 3 people on the show today. 3 out of the 6 have had the COVID. So
yeah, it's good to be back.
That's 50% right there.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Larry. Thank you very much. That's a great set. Great set. Go feed your dog. Okay, folks, now then we have a real treat. I'm going to add the spotlight for this next young lady. We've got Sue Skinner. She's all the way over there in the merry old England and Gloucestershire. Gloucestershire. Okay, I'm gonna read your little bio to him. I think this is interesting, if you don't mind.
Okay. Oh, please do. Yeah.
It says, I told her, I said, well, I need a little bio so I can introduce you. It says, she sent me one. She says, I was born and lived in beautiful Forest of Dean in Gloucester for most of my life and feel a strong connection to the community. My dad's family goes all the way back to the 1700s. Well, Sue, I can beat that. Most of my family, according to the President of the United States, can be traced all the way back to the Neanderthals. So we got one on you there. So, okay. Now then, she says, I've always loved music and sang from a young age with my older brother playing guitar or his country and western and Lonnie Donegan records. So your brother was a recording artist?
He was a country fan. He used to love Johnny Cash.
Okay.
And everybody, Merle Haggard, he
listens to
okay. Willie Nelson, everybody, he big fan.
Oh, great. I heard Boxcar Willie was popular over there. Do you remember Boxcar Willie?
We liked the blind guy.
Yeah. Okay. Then she said, I especially love folk music and blues, bluegrass, and country music. Well, you found a home here, but didn't sing in front of audiences until I retired. You don't look old enough to retire.
Oh, yeah.
You retired at a very early age. That's when I also started writing songs, which I love doing. Many of my songs are about the place I grew up. I formed Double Measure. Now, the other part of Double Measure is Trevor Valentine. Is that him in the background? Can I hear him talking?
No, my husband.
That's your husband? Okay.
I told him to be quiet.
Same accent. Or same lack of accent, put it that way. I formed Double Measure in 2017, and Trevor joined 2 years later. Probably more than you wanted, Harry. No, that's plenty. That's a great little bio. Thank you very much. So, Sue Skinner, I'm going to give you the whole spotlight here, and you've got 30 minutes to play for us. Just do anything you want to do, as long as it's original. Okay,
I've got one short traditional song to finish with, hopefully.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a very old traditional song. And this one's called Lovingkind, and I wrote it in 2017 on a train coming from Cornwall, the tip of Cornwall, Penzance, back up to Gloucestershire, called Lovingkind. And it's a murder ballad. Sun blind me through the trees, black fingers, black leaves, clock face, stop in time, train run down the Penzance line. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shards of silver rain on glass distort my view as grey clouds pass. Train speeds up just like my mind. I left my innocence behind. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Why did you steal my soul? Pain and pleasure, silver and gold. Why did you steal my mind? You're not the loving kind. No, you're not the loving kind. You taught me how to love and lie. You broke my will, then you said goodbye. But you're going nowhere, no, 'cause I can never let you go. Ooh, ooh. hand gives up the fight. Your body cold and dead as night. Ooh, ooh. Why did you steal my soul? Pain and pleasure, silver gold. Why did you steal my mind? You're not the loving kind. No, 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 you're not the loving kind. Sun blind me through the tree. Black fingers, black leaves. Black water under the tree. What lies below that no one sees. Ooh, ooh. Shards of silver rain on glass distort my view as grey clouds pass. Train speeds up just like my mind. I left my innocence behind. Ooh. Why did you steal my soul? Pain and pleasure, silver gold. Why did you steal my mind? I'm not the loving kind. No, no, I'm not the loving kind. I'm not the loving kind. I'm not the loving kind. Lovingkind.
Tell you what, Sue, you keep singing like that, you're gonna get you some fans down here in Dallas.
Oh, maybe I can come and do a tour.
Yeah, come on down. We'll put you on the showcase down here,
Fantastic.
up on stage. How about Love and War? We could put you on Love and War.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And this one is a song I wrote in 2019, watching a great American lady singer called Miss Jane Pearl. And she originally came from Bowling Green in Kentucky, is it? Not sure. Bowling Green. You'll know where it is. Anyway, she was with a little trio, and I was right in the front of the little folk club. And she was a fantastic singer, but she always really missed being in Bowling Green. And one time she sang one of her songs, and she started singing a little bit of Star Spangled Banner, and she started crying. And I just started writing a song just then and there on a little scrap of paper, and it became All It Took. But this lady, dear Jane, she's finally got her wish, and she's gone back a few weeks ago to live in Bowling Green. But we miss her, we really do. I could have done my capo, couldn't I, while I was talking? Yeah, All It Took. All it took was a look said it all. There was no need for words or smiles, and no room for tears. The look in your eyes, she already knew. Said so long, farewell, goodbye, I'll never see you again. A suitcase of leather, all battered and scarred, waited down in the hall for you, full of memories and lies. an old mandolin that belonged to your pa, that you taught her to play real well in an old-timey style. It's time to go, my bags are packed, time to move on, no going back. A farewell kiss I blow. It's time to leave, time to go, time to leave, time to go. Ooh. Making music in harmony is making love in a song. Sweet communion of flesh and blood, it only lasts for so long. When the song is all over and the last chords ring out, when the afterglow fades away, love can wither and die. She sang Star-Spangled Banner, oh, the tears ran down her face, her voice cracked with emotion as she sang her goodbye, her farewell performance marked the end of the night. Time for new inspiration, here's to happier times. The time to go, my bags are packed, time to move on, no going back. A farewell kiss I blow. It's time to leave, time to go, time to leave, time to go, time to leave, time to go. All it took.
Beautiful.
This next one is have you ever heard of an English program on the radio called Desert Island Discs? Famous people get on a radio show and they choose their 8 favourite discs if they were ever stranded on a desert island, and they play the discs and they tell the story of their life. And there's a band called Fleetwood Mac that I know you will know of. The lady in Fleetwood Mac who used to be in another band called Chicken Shack is called Christine Perfect, and she married John McVie and became Christine McVie. So she was on Desert Island Discs and told her story, and one of their famous songs is called Songbird. She wrote it in her sleep, she said, and complete song, and she just put the light on in the middle of the night and wrote it all out. And I listened to the show, and then I wrote this song, and I called it Desert Isle. And it's really about songwriting, so I hope you like it. I'm wide awake in the dead of night, a new song in my head. The words fall on my lonely pillow, they tumble into my bed. I try to pull them into the shape I have dreamed of before. They get tangled up inside my sheets, they fall out onto the floor. I reach for them with trembling hands, so scared they might get hurt. A new life needs protection, my mind must stay alert. Man of the world or songbird, redemption, song or help, will you laugh or cry, it's far too soon to tell. Will you hear my song when you fall in love? Will it walk you down the aisle? Will it hypnotize your unborn child when you play my song on your desert isle? Will you make love dance or cry alone? Will you try to change mankind? With the anthem playing in your head, it's time to say goodbye. I don't know if the spirits are there to help me all alone. Can holy ghosts and gods above play midwives to a song? Together we begin to shape a new life-breathing fire. My fingers find a fledgling tune, my heart spells out desire. A song for lovers, a song for lovers everywhere. The dawning light reveals, like soft caresses on my skin, the afterglow I feel. I'm wide awake at the dead of night, a new song in my head. The words fall on my lonely pillow, they tumble into my head. Will you hear my song when you fall in love? Will it walk you down the aisle? Will it hypnotize your unborn child? Will you play my song on your desert isle? Will you make love dance or cry alone? Will you try to change mankind? With the anthem playing in your head, it's time to say goodbye. Yes, it's time to say goodbye. Desert Isle. The next song I'm going to do is my answer to Jolene, actually, I think. I love Dolly Parton, and Jolene, obviously everybody sings that at the open mics over here. And this is kind of written as the point of view of the other woman in the song. It's called Too Far Apart. When the world is against you, when your luck's running out, all your friends have gone silent, and there's no one about. All you need is a soulmate, someone who really cares, with a shoulder to cry on, someone who'll always be there. But we're too far apart, I cry, you're so far from me now. Yes, we're too far apart, my dear, I'll carry on somehow. It's late in the evening, sun going down in the west, and the shadows are growing. It's the time you love best. I think of your warm arm, holding me so tight. I dream of loving you, darling, through the cold, lonesome night. But we're too far apart, I cry, you're so far from me now. Yes, we're too far apart, my dear, I'll carry on somehow. just a chance encounter. In the wink of an eye, we were perfect strangers, till that night in July. You told me then you were married, that you longed to be free. Like a fool I believe you. One day you'd leave her for me. Oh, we're too far apart, I cried. You're so far from me now. Yes, we're too far apart, my dear. I'll carry on somehow. We had a summer of passion, secret love in the rain. Yes, we did. Oh, that we were together. No deception, no pain. But when winter storms gathered, you were gone, no goodbye. Is it over forever? Is it the end of the line? Oh, we're too far apart, I cry. You're so far from me now. Yes, we're too far apart, my dear. I'll carry on somehow. Thank you, Fan. Too far apart. This is my newest song. I wrote 2 Sundays ago, and it's called Sunday. And it's really a kind of coming out of the pandemic song, I'm hoping. Feels like a Sunday. What happened on Monday? The days of the week, well, they all feel the same. The rain, it keeps raining, my energy is sailing away with my dreams down the dirty old drain. I hear someone on the radio, I think she's an alto. She's singing the blues like she's the last one on earth. Her voice is like honey, it's right on the money. But is anyone out there really hearing her words? It seems like I'm in hiding or just hibernating, waiting for all of the fuss to die down. When I pluck up the courage to open my eyes wide, will the colours all blind me? Will I hear any sounds? Oh Lord, bless my soul, 'cause I only have one. It's small and it's weak, but it's hanging on in like the blue touch paper. Stand back, take cover. Don't let the dark shadows take over and win. It's time for the show to begin. So back in the real world, the birds are still singing as dawn wakes up, yawns and stretches her arm, and dresses in shades of vermilion and orange to tempt me outside with a radiant charm. Well, the world has got older, our children are wiser, so now I will value each day as it comes. The night fears still haunt us, the virus may taunt us, but we'll be dancing a waltz in the warm setting sun. Yes, we will. Oh Lord, bless my soul, 'cause I only have one. It's small and it's weak, but it's hanging on in. Like the blue touch paper, stand back, take cover. Don't let the dark shadows take over and win. It's time for the show to begin. Yes, it's time for the show to begin. Thank you. Do I have room for one quick song, Harry?
You've got room for a couple more if you like.
Okay. Brilliant.
Yeah, we have one cancellation where someone else. TK's not going to make it today, so.
Okay.
So if you want to do a song, extra song, that's fine. And the next two acts, they can do an extra song or two also.
Okay. So this one I co-wrote with a man that I've never met online in a music group. He did some words, and then I did a few more words, and I did the tune, and it's called "Take Me As You Find Me." What you see is what you get. Joy, tears, hope and regret. No rhyme or reason, only me, with a quiet kind of insanity. There's no point in trying to work out what I am. It's taken a lifetime, I still don't understand. One thing's for certain, what tomorrow may hold. I need you here beside me to share what unfolds. Take me as you find me, see me for myself. I am what life has made me, not like someone else. I am what life has made me, not like someone else. So let's try to compromise, see both points of view. We'll not get blinded by lies or by truth. Let's meet halfway where true love sings on our endless journey, whatever it brings. Will you love me tomorrow or just for today? Will you help me find the right words to say? And I will share your dark, lonely night. Together we'll work through the wrong and the right. Take me as you find me, see me for myself. I am what life has made me, not like someone else. I am what life has made me, not like someone else. There's no point in trying to work out what I am. It's taken me a lifetime, I still don't understand. One thing's for certain, what tomorrow may hold. I need you here beside me to share what unfolds. Take me as you find me, see me for myself. I am what life has made me, not like someone else. I am what life has made me, not like someone else. Take me as you find me, take me as you find me, oh, take me as you find me. I'm not like someone else. Oh, take me as you find me, take me as you find me, take me as you find me. I'm not like someone else.
Encore, encore.
Okay, I'm going to do an a cappella one. This is a a very famous traditional song called She Moved Through the Fair. I hope you like it. My young love said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't slight you for your lack of kind. And she laid her hand on me, and this she did say, oh, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. Oh, she went away from me as she moved through the fair, and fondly I watched her move here and move there. And then she went onward with one star awake, like the swan in the evening moves over the lake. The people were saying no two were e'er wed, when one had a sorrow that never was said. And I sighed as she passed with her goods and her gear, and that was the last that I saw of my dear. Last night she came to me, my dead love came in, so softly she came, her feet made no din, and she laid her hand on me, and this she did say, it will not be long, my love, till our wedding day. Thank you very much, Harry, for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, you sound like someone who's probably has perfect pitch, do you? You don't sing flat or sharp or anything.
I did get some training with an opera singer. I've never been told I had perfect pitch, but it's nice that you tell me, so I'm going to believe it now.
Well, boy, you have a beautiful voice, and you write good songs too. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, Harry. I look forward to hearing everybody else.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear it for Sue Skinner, all the way from UK. Okay, then we'll get the spotlight off here. Now then, TK Brown was supposed to play at 1 o'clock for us, but she woke up with a sore throat this morning. And are we lucky to have Kat McGee come play? And I guess from here on out, each person gets an extra song or two. You know, if y'all want to do it, just to fill in the time. So here comes Kat McGee all the way from down in Austin, Texas.
You know, it's actually pronounced Alston.
Austin. It rhymes with Gloucester, right?
Gloucester.
I never will learn how to say that.
I probably got that wrong. Gloucester. Anyway, we apologize, Sue. We loved your songs. That was really beautiful. And that last one, She Moved Through the Fair, is one of my all-time favorites. And that was gorgeous. Really gorgeous. Thank you. All right. Well, I guess I should actually plug my guitar in. That's something that's just now occurred to me. You know, just because. All right, now we can play it. In an effort to banish painful memories of the polar vortex, I have started playing my song Summertime. It gives me warm, happy feelings. through the streets in the summertime, burning my feet, but I didn't mind, so long as I could keep up with you, keep up with you. Setting off firecrackers in the neighbor's yard, knocking on doors, turning, running hard, down through the alleys of our neighborhood, of our neighborhood. Well, if you must leave, if you must go, oh, you better tell me so. Better watch out for the old man at the end of the street. They say he's buried, bodies there, he's still packing heat. And I hear there's a ghost in the house 3 doors down. I dare you to go over there and take a look around. Well, if you must leave, if you must go, oh, you better tell me so. Running through the streets in the summertime, pushing our luck, crossing the line. But we always made it home by dinner time. We almost always made it home by dinner time. Well, if you must leave, if it's time to go home, oh, you better tell me so. Thank you. All right. And Harry, I got out the nice Taylor, the nicer Taylor.
Oh, that's the nice one. Okay.
I don't want to make my other one feel
all
good.
Taylors are nice, though, right?
They are. I love them.
Okay.
I only have 3 of them, though. Okay. This is called A Captain Goes Home. It's about a long sailing voyage from the East Coast all the way up to Manitowoc. Don't ask me which state that's in. I don't know those northern states. Pardon me. Sailing out from Chesapeake Bay, heading home, it's a long, long way. Set a course for Nova Scotia, picked up crew in Halifax. Goodbye Atlantic, never looking back. Swallowed whole in the gullet of the Gulf of St. Lawrence, where the current pushes back and the air is always cold. Captain of this vessel, she goes where I steer her, and sometimes she goes wherever she wants. Oh, Quebec, oh, Montreal, through the locks of Beauharnois. Then it's up the Welland Canal, that's 8 tall locks in a day. All hands on deck and just do what I say. Dragging my anchor across Presqu'île Bay. Woke up on the rocks, that's bad anchorage. Captain of this vessel, she goes where I steer her, and sometimes she goes wherever she wants. Ooh, 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 ooh. My motor blew out in Motor City. Stopped for repairs and then on to St. Clair. Gliding beneath Mackinac Bridge under full sail and full sun. Hello, Lake Michigan. I'll bring you to rest at the dock back in Manitowoc. Gotta love this boat, but I'm damn glad to be home. Captain of this vessel, she goes where I steer her, and sometimes she goes just wherever she wants. Ooh, ooh, gotta love this boat, but I'm damn glad to be home.
Kat, you're the queen of the ooh-hoos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be a queen of something.
Yeah. You're queen of a lot of things, but you do that so good.
Oh, thank you. Well, speaking of queens, I was going to play my song Queen Anne's Rules next. This was a song I wrote about my mother. But I think a lot of people who had mothers at some point in time will recognize some of the song. I'm being silly, Harry.
Well, we all had mothers, you know.
I know, that's the joke.
I'm not sure Neanderthals had music or not, but they probably did. They probably had some kind of music, I would think.
They probably hummed or something.
Yeah, probably. They probably banged sticks together, I'll bet.
I think music has been part of our...
Yeah.
What are the odds, Harry?
I don't
Rocks.
know.
Rocks and sticks. But
I don't
I
know.
think music is just part of our genetics. I really do.
I think so.
All right, Queen Anne's Rules. She always knew. You got the hands in the cookie jar. She always knew. When you were lying, well, don't tell me you're sorry. You better apologize. Those were Queen Anne's rules. Well, don't leave this house with your shirt tail hanging out. You weren't born in a barn. Try to break free of her gravity, but you wouldn't get far. Oh, those were Queen Anne's rules. Oh, she taught me to know the world and learn the game, and then break all the rules that you can, but never, darling. Never, never, never break Queen Anne's rules. Yeah, she got up every morning, the wolves were howling at the door. She sent us off to school and she went off to war. Come hell or high water, on a wing and a prayer, no holds barred. Those were something about letting your shirt hang out that was just totally offensive to her. She could only see me now. All right. This next one's called Pelagic. Not totally sure what the word means, but it just seemed to fit the song. Sailed upon your waves, all along your coast and deep into your bays. And sometimes I drifted to places I didn't know, but I know you Sing to me a song my heart knows so well, but you keep a time my mind never could quite tell. Come September, it's the rainy season. Oh, I keep my eye on you with very good reason. Oh, I know you're gonna throw me, well, a storm or two and buckets of rain, buckets of rain, buckets of rain, maybe a hurricane. Sing to me a song my heart knows so well, but you keep a time my mind never could quite tell. Now I'm a tired fisherman, ready to come back home. Until then, I'm gonna take off my boots and go for a walk in your waves. And get your big wet kiss. I said, and get your big wet kiss.
Beautiful.
Thank you, pelagic. I wrote
What
that
does that
after-
word mean?
I think it's a certain strata of the ocean, like the surface, I think maybe. It was the word of the day on dictionary.com newsletter one time, and I thought that's a really cool word, and I kind of got a crush on it, and I decided that I needed to name a song.
How do you spell that?
It's Pelagic, pelagic.
Okay.
I could be mispronouncing it too.
I'm gonna start using that word.
Pelagic.
Yeah, pelagic.
I feel like I need to look it up now, but everybody at home, just, do a quick
Okay.
Google search, pelagic.
I'm impressed. I really am.
I stopped subscribing to the dictionary.com word of the day because I felt like I got, like I said, crushes on words that maybe I shouldn't get obsessed with.
I've never had a crush on words. I've never had.
You never had a word that you just love using, and you just use it
Yeah,
all
but
the time.
I can't use it here.
Oh, well, let's not discuss that, Harry.
Okay.
Why does that
I'm
not
joking.
surprise me?
Yeah.
All right, well, this one is called Midnight Dogs. This, by the way, is on my CD if anybody's interested. It's called Don't Rush Me. It's available on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon and all those wonderful outlets. And he's gone with the midnight dogs through the midnight fields beneath the midnight moon. beginning and the end and the all in all. It's gone with the midnight dogs, through the midnight fields beneath the midnight moon. He runs back to me. Yeah, I hear you howling out there in the dark, but that wanderlust never got you very far. You follow your own tracks back to my door. Oh darling, it's a good thing we're not keeping score. And he's gone with a midnight dawn, through the midnight fields beneath the midnight moon. He's gone. Thank you, Midnight Dogs. I love how this guitar just sort of, it just keeps singing on its own when you're done.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it just
Great
wants to have the
guitar.
last word.
Yeah.
All right, well, one Broken Heart love song deserves another, right?
All right.
This is called Bourbon and Midnight Rain. I sent you packing. You walked alone to the station. Didn't want you go, but I'm looking back now. I've got nothing left but bourbon and midnight rain. Bourbon and midnight rain. It was all that I could take, not all that I wanted. And now my days are haunted by you. You've been replaced with bourbon and midnight rain. Bourbon and midnight rain. Wake again in the middle of the night. I hear another storm rumbling. I wish you could hear me through the rain, hear me through the thunder. I'm calling your name. Save me from bourbon and midnight rain. Bourbon and midnight rain. It was all that I could take, That was not actually about a personal relationship or anything. It just...
Kat, you know, if you didn't care about making money and eating and having nice things and stuff like that, you would have been a great professional touring musician, singer, songwriter, and everything. I bet you could have made it in Nashville if you'd tried.
If I tried, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Harry. Of course, our next performer can tell us about traveling and performing.
Yeah, he's a real musician.
How much fun that is, and how much money you make.
Yeah, we'll ask him.
All right. So let's see here. I thought I'd sing "Ronnie Come Home." This is about Bug Morgan's cat. He's waiting for him at the Rainbow Bridge. I've got a cat named Ronnie. Ooh, she mighty ornery, but she's good to me. Sweet as a kitty cat can be. Ooh. One night Ronnie ran right out the door, shot past me fast as a rocket, disappeared into the big dark night, and I was sure that I'd lost her. Down the street, neighbors all shook their heads at my pleas. They said, the kitty cat don't come when you call, but they do. Son, her fate will remain a sad mystery. No, 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 Ronnie, come home. Just when I'd given up all hope, Ronnie sauntered back through the door, acting like it was any other day. Oh, Ronnie, don't you, oh, Ronnie, don't you, oh, Ronnie, don't you stray. Thank you, Ronnie, come home.
Is that really his cat's name?
Her name was Veronica, but they called her Ronnie.
Yeah. Huh.
And he posted on Facebook one day that she had just darted out the door all of a sudden, and they went calling for her, and they were pretty sure she was gone. But then all of a sudden, a few days later, she just walks back in, like, hey, what's going on, guys?
The cat came back. Okay.
That song may or may not actually be about a cat, if you depending on how you want to interpret it. I'll just throw that out there for you. This is called Quicksilver River. To the Big Ben, all bent out of shape, walked through the desert under the late summer rains, eased all my aches, went down to the river, shore. Gonna cross these waters. Quicksilver River, Quicksilver River, met the spirits of an Apache warrior named Victoria and his fierce sister Lozanne. He cried, I will not surrender one hair of a horse's tail, and across the river to his death he went. Met the spirits of a woman and her children on the run for the border, devil heart on their heels. She cried, if we can just make it across the river into Mexico, we'll be free, we'll be free, we'll be free. Gonna cross these waters. Quicksilver River, Quicksilver River, oh. This is the Eden of the West. Dinosaur bones and native songs, ghost towns of mercury mines long gone. Here I find my rest. The Milky Way reeling overhead, this river of life and death. Gonna cross these waters. Quicksilver River, Quicksilver River, Thank you.
Kat, can you do 10 more minutes?
10 more minutes.
Yeah,
I think I can do it, man. I think I can.
I bet you can. And then we'll get John to go. Look like he's sitting there just chomping at the bits.
I know he's not paying any attention to me. He's like preparing and stuff. It's so silly. But we look forward to hearing him. And I was happy last time I heard you, John. You sound like your voice was back and your energy was back. So it's good to hear that. Yes, it's Super John. All right, 10 more minutes. We can do this. This is called No Man's Land. How I wish that you were here. I'd lean on your shoulder, I'd whisper in your ear. How I wish I could hear your voice, telling it like it is, cutting through all the noise. You stood tall, all for one, one for all. I thought I stood alone in this no man's land. I look inside me and there you stand. I'm in the trenches, peering through fences at the enemy, wondering if I still have the strength to fight without you by my side. I know you'd lead the charge and you tear them apart. I want to live with your kind of heart. I thought I stood alone in this no man's land, but I look inside and there you stand. When the wolves came howling and crying, you met them at the gate, you fought them like a lion. When the wolves came howling and crying, you went down fighting like a lion. I thought I stood alone in this no man's land, but I look inside and there you stand. There you stand. No man's land.
You getting a whole bunch of meows over there on the Facebook side.
All right.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
Meow, meow. Do you remember that on, was it Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? He had the cat puppet on his show.
Oh, yeah.
Meow, meow, meow. How are you? Meow, meow, meow. But it's a fond memory from childhood for me. All right. I guess I'll finish up with the gist of it here. I hear rattling cages all over the place, yeah. I hear dogs howling for the hell of it. I hear the music getting louder as everyone feels the power and the beat gets quicker as life starts to flicker back to life. Now I'm gonna get the gist of this, thrown into the mix of it. I'm gonna taste all the bliss of it. Alright now. Well, I cannot overlook the madness. Well, now how could I ever forget the sadness? But I've got to dance with this on now, quick before I lose my grip. Now I'm gonna get the gist of this, thrown into the mix of it. I'm gonna taste all the bliss of it. All right now. Wild things, they're running free. Now the cages, they all stand open, and the wild things, well, they're running free. They play in the sunshine and dance in the moonshine, and I want you dance, won't you dance with me? Oh, won't you dance? Now I'm gonna get the gist of this, thrown into gist of it.
Encore.
Encore. All right, man. All right, I can do that. That was my upbeat like finish, man.
I know, but you got to do an encore now.
I got an encore. All right. What have I got? 5 minutes? 4 minutes?
Yeah. Just.
All right. Why don't I play a couple of related songs? This one's called "Unfinished Land." I wrote it after the Great Insurrection. Oh, lady, you've walked a long road. We've invited you to walk across hot coals. We give you praise and empty hands. Yet you stand with us. Yet you stand with us in this unfinished land. We ask you to dance and step on your toes. We ask you to sing, but don't know the words. Shine your light from shore to shore. Oh, lady, lift up your torch over this unfinished land. Cradled us when we were young and bold. Will you leave us now that we've grown cold? Trashing the place and taking you for granted. But what can you see from where you stand? Is there still hope for this unfinished land? Stand with heroes like sacrificial lambs. All these demons we must own. They've been with us all along. We won't let them tear you down. Oh lady, you'll always wear your crown. Oh lady, you'll always wear your crown in this unfinished land. Unfinished land. All right, I'll play a quick one here.
Okay.
We can get on to Mr. Mason over there.
Yeah.
Always happy to hear him. This is called Good Trouble Stomp. It's inspired by a famous saying by Mr. John Lewis, make good trouble. Make good trouble, say a prayer, keep on marching, we'll get there. Make good trouble, stick together, climb that mountain, we're going high. Make good trouble, sing and shout, show the devil what you're all about. Make good trouble, go on, be a saint. Change the world, give it a new coat of paint. Make good trouble, shake the walls till they rock. Shimmy on down to the ballad box. Make good trouble, holler and stomp. Take the baton and carry on. Make good trouble, say a prayer, keep on marching, keep on marching. We'll get there. Make good trouble, make good trouble.
Kat, thank you so much for playing for us today and starting a little bit early too and filling in for TK. I'm sure she appreciates that. And we
I hope she feels better soon.
Hope she gets to feeling better soon. Yeah, because she's such a great talent. But you are too, and thank you. Thank you,
Harry.
Great
Always
set.
enjoy dropping in.
Well, we're going to have you back as soon as we can. So tell everybody howdy down there in Austin for us, okay?
Sure will, sir.
Okay. Well, let's see now. We're going to put get John up here. Going to add the spotlight. Now, there's John and Kat. They're both on the screen together right now.
Mason.
Say hi. John, say hi to Kat. Kat, say hi to John. Okay. There you go.
Hi, John.
Okay, here we go. Remove the spotlight.
Down here.
There's John Mason, folks. Okay. Okay, John, welcome to the show again.
Thank you. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere.
Yes, it is. Hey, I like that shirt you got on, too.
Thank you.
That looks good on the video, I bet.
Is it? That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, today is a very special day. Today is Linda Case's birthday. And so all of you that are here around know who Linda is. That's Rob Case's wife, and Rob is the host of the Poor David's Pub open mic. And I hear that she's feeling kind of under the weather. And I talked to her yesterday, and I told her that if she watched, I'd play a song for her. So the first thing I want to do, though, is I would like to wish her a happy birthday. So bear with me here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you. Hope you get to feeling better, babe. All right, then the song. Band begins to play tonight. Music to make you feel alright. Songs to get you on the floor. Make you dance and scream for more, alright. Now why are you still sitting there? Come on, girl, let down your hair. Got your pretty red dress on. Shame to waste that party song, alright. Get out, get up, get on your feet. How can you sit when you feel that beat? Come on and dance, it'll be alright. Come on and dance into the night. Come on and dance tonight. Listen to that bass guitar pumping out a big 2-4. I can't sit when I feel that beat. Gotta get up and on my feet, alright. Now why are you still sitting there? Afraid someone might take your chair. Find a partner, grab a hand. Get on the floor, but you still can, alright. Get out, get up, get on your feet. How can you sit when you feel that beat? Come on and dance, it'll be alright. Come on and dance into the night. Come on and dance tonight. Let the music take you anywhere, someplace that you've never been before. Feel that rhythm move you through the air. Everybody get up off the floor, and let's all dance into the night underneath the old street light. Rock and roll our blues away, gonna dance tonight, dance all day, alright. And why are you still sitting there with the sound of music in the air? Clap your hand, sing along, get up and dance, it can't be wrong, alright. Get out, get up, get on your feet. How can you sit when you feel that beat? Come on and dance, it'll be alright. Come on and dance into the night. Come on and dance tonight. Come on and dance when you're feeling low. Come on and dance when the music's slow. Come on and dance, it'll be alright. Come on and dance into the night. Come on and dance tonight. 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 Thank you. Okay. So I lived in California for about 20 years, making a living, playing music. And it's sad to have to leave it, but I think I like Texas better. And we got a beach here too. This is called California. See that empty lot? That's where I come from. That's where I learned to talk. That's where I learned to walk. Now it's all gone, covered up in dust. It looks like powdered rust. There's nothing left for us, so I think I'll go to California. They say there's hope for you, where the sun always shines. And I live my life in California. Maybe there I'll find love. Sing California, here I come. See that golden gate? That's where I'm gonna be. It shines above the sea, and now it calls to me. Those redwood trees, sequoias way up high, they almost touch the sky, and I swear they'll never die. California, they say there's hope for you, where the sun always shines. make my life in California. Maybe there I'll find love. Sing California, here I come. Moonlight or an ocean night, all the stars are right, we're moving on. Now it's time, the next page of my life. I'll take one last look before I go to California. They say there's hope for you, where the sun always shines. I'll make my life in California. Maybe there I'll find love. Sing California, here I come. Maybe there I'll find love. Sing California, here I come. Thank you. So, haven't seen Rick in a while. Where's Rick?
He was having problems with his Behringer, his mixer.
Yeah.
And there was something wrong with it, and he's home trying to fix it. He called the company and everything, and he had there was definitely something wrong with the circuits in it, and he's trying to get all that straightened up, and he's kind of staying away till he gets that done.
He came over here a few months ago, and we sat down together and played some songs, and I have a song that he put a little instrumental intro into that I've kept it in there. I like it. So I'm going to play this for you. This is called In Words, and the instrumental is by Rick. I start each day with a smile on my face. You put it there with your disarming grace, and I think about you everywhere that I go. And I wonder how you ever came to love me so. I start each day with your name on my mind. Those thoughts of you are with me all of the time, and they capture every moment like the pictures of our lives. The love we share together, I just can't describe in words. I start each day with your love in my heart. It keeps me warm inside whenever we're apart, and I have to smile every time I hear your name. Sometimes I pinch myself to know you're not a dream. I start each day with a light in my eyes. It's all from knowing that I have you in my life, and I cherish every moment, but I just can't tell you why. The love we share together, I just can't describe in words. I may not understand why you were here with me, but I will love you till the stars fall in the sea. I start each day with a smile on my face. You put it there with your disarming grace, and I think about you everywhere that I go. And I wonder how you ever came to love me so. I start each day with a smile on my face. You put it there with your disarming grace, but when I try to talk about it, my tongue just gets tied. The love we share together, I just can't describe in words. Rick Valenti, what a guy. Thank you. Let's see here, down in here. Okay, my favorite beverage. In fact, I have some here somewhere. Oh, yes. I love coffee. Oh, y'all know that, right?
I call it Joe.
Joe. That's what I call it. But why do we call it Joe? Could have called it Fred. This doesn't sound right, does it? I have a cup of Fred, thank you. This is called I Want to Know. Well, I want to know why I call my coffee Joe. I need to see if that means that much to me. Oh Lord, it's just like love. It's never what I thought it was. And in all of this time, I was looking for a clue. What went wrong with me and you? Is it the things I never said, or the things I'll never know? Like why I call my coffee Joe. Oh no, no, no. I wanna know why I call my coffee Joe. I need to find love that's easy on my mind. There are lines I just can't hear through all the noises in my ears. All those words that we say, and then we turn and walk away. They burn our hearts with what they know. They disappear like melting snow. I stand and watch the mystery grow. What do I call my coffee Joe? No, 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 no. What I lost while I was blind is still vivid in my mind. Images of how it used to be, but the story ends somewhere neath the rubble of a pair of two hearts who can never quite agree. And I wanna know why I call my coffee Joe. Oh Lord, I need to see if that means that much to me. Oh yes, it's like love, never what I thought it was. And in all of this time, I was looking for a clue. What went wrong with me and you? The things I've never said, the things I'll never know. Like why I call my coffee Joe. Oh no, no, no. What do I call my coffee Joe? Lord, I wanna know. What do I call my coffee Joe? Oh Lord, I wanna know.
Hey,
Thank
John. John, I got a new verse for you now.
Sir.
I sent a note to Sue Skinner, asked her if they call coffee Joe in England.
Yeah.
She says no, but we call tea cha.
Cha.
And then there's something in Cockney rhyming slang. Tea is called Rosie Lee.
Rosie
So-
Lee. I've heard that before.
I haven't heard that either.
I've heard that term.
You know how you say American in
Well,
that slang?
it's just you get to work on another song, right?
Right. That's why songs are written, you know.
My tea,
Yeah.
Rosie Lee. That
There
works.
you go. You got a song. That sounds good.
How do I call my tea, Rosie Lee? I'm gonna figure out why. I still don't know why I call my coffee
Yeah,
Joe.
so
I
you don't
know
have to
what it
know. You don't have to
Rosie
know.
Lee
You just
called
write
it,
the song. Yeah.
I can figure that one out. I can figure anything, right? Okay. Harry, how much time I got here? Harry,
Well, I got to put it back off mute there. And
how much time have I got?
you got 20 minutes if you want it.
Okay, yeah, because I got a couple.
Because
songs to
I'm
change
not
the
sure
time.
that the next act got my note about the time, but so they may be planning on starting at 2:30, so
Okay.
or 1:30 rather. I mean 2:30, yeah. So just you got plenty of time.
Plenty of time and didn't expect the. I got this song here. Hi. This is kind of new, sort of, but you know that I guess would be an old saying that you can take the ocean or take the sailor out of the ocean, but you can't take the ocean out of the sailor. So I was a sailor once. So I haven't done this in a while. We'll see how it goes. It's called Nightlife Baby. Well, I don't remember how to play it. Nightlife baby, all alone. Will you save me? Won't you come home? Gentle lady, all on your own. Well, there she knows me, wait for the song. Raise a glass, babe, for all those lost out on the water, gone for so long. Sing us a sailing song, take me back home. Night lady, the only love I've known.
just very suddenly cut out. Should we play some hold technical music in the meantime, like some elevator music? Yay! He's back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
That was weird. Just a little light came on, and then a little window came up and said, "You're off." Maybe you didn't like the song.
We love the song.
That can't be true.
I don't understand that. Let's move on. Jeez, that was weird. Let's hope it doesn't do it again. I'm not sure where to begin to troubleshoot that, because I don't know why it did it. All right, we move on. Casting Shadows. Got my ticket for an eastbound plane, leaving out of LA in the rain. Said we'd be together in the snow, leave this town forever, I don't know. But if I don't see you there, I'll know that you moved on to be found somewhere out there casting shadows in the air. Lady stops to fix her golden chain, children running, trying to catch the rain. Mother holds her baby to the glass. I tell myself those things will never last. Oh, when they don't see me there, I'm just a second look, they're unaware. I'm out here casting shadows in the air. The plane's on time, I've got to know, will my heart decide where it wants to go? And if you find what you're looking for, you won't look for love outside your door. Turn around when it's too late to stay, just before it's too late to walk away. Get my ticket to some old street bomb and watch the plane take off into the sun. Oh, I watch it disappear, a shimmering silver touch of sheer, up there casting shadows in the air. And And if you don't see me there, you'll know that I'll be gone, I'll be found somewhere out there casting shadows in the air. I'm out here casting shadows in the air. I'm out here casting shadows in the air. Thank you. Well, the mic stayed on. Yay. I think I'll finish up here with. I have a single that's out there. Pretty much believe it's on all the major outlets. Anyway, song about Texas. Lone Star State is calling after me from the Gulf Coast shores of Galveston to the streets of Abilene. Country music's down in Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth you will find. They're living in a Lone Star state of mind. Lone Star State is always in my heart. Those Houston nights like a lover's eye, so hard to be apart. Now when I'm out there singing, you were always on my mind. I'll be thinking about that Lone Star state of mind. You can take yourself around the world, wherever you may be. People are more friendly. Here in Texas you will see. You can take your California, you can take your Tennessee, you can take your Alabama, Louisiana ain't for me. When I stay right here in Texas, where I know my life is fine, living in a Lone Star state of mind. State is calling out to me. Guns, God, and whiskey, well, that's what made Texas free. Now, if you don't believe that, you can come on down sometime, and we'll show you some Lone Star state of mind. You can take yourself around the world, wherever you may be. People are more friendly. Here in Texas you will see. You can take your California, you can take your Tennessee, you can take your Alabama, Louisiana ain't for me. Well, I stay right here in Texas, where I know my life is fine, living in a Lone Star state of mind. Yeah, I'm living in a Lone Star state of mind. I'm living in a Lone Star state of mind. That's just fine. So come on down stay a while. Put some boots on, Sue Skinner, then I'm buy you a drink. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, you do.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Hi, Harry.
Hey, Kent, how you doing?
Yeah, surviving, both of us.
That's great. That's
You had
great.
some great talent performing today. Holy smokes.
Yes, we do, and we're ending with a great act also.
Hey, Harry.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess you haven't gotten my text messages. Computer on or computer off? Original sound, on or off?
It said turn off original sound. That's what it should read. It should read turn off original sound.
Okay, so ours is off because it says turn on original sound. So we're good.
I guess. Yeah, you wanted to read turn off. John, I guess you're done. Or did you want to do? Okay. Thank you very much, John. That was a great set. A great set. Really appreciate it. Good job. And now that was John Mason, folks, and man, we had a good show, and we got a good show still left. We got Kent and Kay Ellingson. Hang on here.
Harry,
There you are.
I got to ask you once again, turn on original sound or turn off original sound?
It should read turn off original sound.
All right.
It should
Yeah.
read turn off, so that means it should
There.
be on.
There.
Yeah, see, when they gave us that option, they had already created a default setting, which was with it on. So you want to, with it off. So you want to, and when it needs to read turn off. It's backwards from what you would design it.
We're gonna. All right.
Okay, folks. We've got Kent and Kay Allingson coming up. They were our contest judge for our love songs this year and the pop songs last year, and I'm not sure what they'll do this next year, one or two or both. And John, he's an instructor out at the Washington High School, George Washington High School for the
Actually, Harry, I'm a retired instructor of Booker T. Washington.
Booker T. Washington. It's not George Washington, it's Booker T. They're cousins, right?
Part-time now at a couple community colleges.
Yeah. Okay. He's a retired music teacher at Booker T. Washington School for the Performing Artists. And Kay, she's a well-known pop singer all over town now. So she's going to sing and he's going to play, and we're just going to have all kinds of fun. So welcome to the show again, folks. And how you doing, Kay?
Wonderful.
Good. Y'all managed through the cold, freezing weather okay?
Oh, we didn't have any problems at all.
That's great. Okay. It feels like spring now, so we're through all that. Okay. Well, play us some songs.
All right. We're going to do all originals.
Okay.
And we're going to start out with one that I wrote called All About You.
And Harry's going to let me know if I'm playing the piano too loud behind.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll adjust it after this first song
All right.
if needs it.
It's all about you and your blue eyes. It's all about you and your beautiful smile. You made me feel like singing. That's why I wrote this song. And I wrote it about you, so you would want to sing along. It's all about you and your sweet choice. I hang on every word you say in a crowd when we're alone. In fact, you're so amazing, I even turned off my phone. There's no such thing as perfection. Sometimes you haven't a clue, but you've won my affection, 'cause you don't know it's all about you. There's no such thing as perfection. Sometimes you haven't a clue. You never follow directions, and you don't know it's all about you. It's all about you, all about you and your infectious laugh. I have to join in when you giggle or grin, and in photographs. The wonder and joy that's inside you just radiates on your face. There's not another soul like you, so you can never be replaced. It's all about you and your blue eyes. It's all about you and your big, beautiful, deep as the sea, blue as the sky. I have to sigh when I look in your eyes, your big, beautiful, blue, blue eyes. I was listening on.
Your balance is real good.
Okay.
Just keep on singing and playing.
Alright.
And,
We worked on that balance for many hours.
y'all got it. You got it down.
Thank you. We're going to do a song now called Thoughtless.
Oh, you want to say something? Another K. Ellingson original.
Never forget your birthday. I'll apologize when I'm wrong. I'll help you scheme, support your dreams, and dance to your favorite song. I'll be thoughtful to friends and strangers. Hold the door and listen when they speak. Extend my hand, try to understand. Be strong for them when they're weak. And when I lay me down to sleep, there's only one prayer that I pray. Let me be thoughtless, I wanna be thoughtless, 'cause I've had to think enough today. Don't wanna relive my childhood, like staring in the dark, or hear my ex-boss or his friends that I've lost, or toss and turn and watch the clock. Dents and don'ts, shoulds and wants, racing through my head. Lists and songs, rights and wrongs, when I should be asleep instead. So when I lay me down to sleep, there's only one prayer that I pray. Let me be thoughtless, I wanna be thoughtless, 'cause I've had to think enough today. Please don't let me get in bed and empty out my head. Close my eyes, turn on my side, and dream sweet dreams instead. So if I forget your birthday, I'll apologize all night long. I'll help you scheme and support your dreams, and dance to your favorite song. read you now one of the few ballads that I've written. I think it's because I play with a bunch of guys and they like to play songs that aren't slow. It's called My Old Friend. My old friend, I see you've come to haunt me again, to ask the same old questions that I couldn't answer then. My old friend, there was a time when you were ever present in my mind, as you wandered on the other side of an imaginary line. My old friend, couldn't see myself because of you. I couldn't make a change without first wondering what you do. Though I cried when you first drifted out to sea, I saw the tide returning, slowly bring myself to me. If I was wrong to make you up as I went along, then why do you grow weaker in my mind as I grow strong? My old friend, I couldn't see myself because of you. I couldn't make change without first wondering what you would do. Though I cried when you first drifted out to sea, I saw the tide return, slowly bring myself back to me. If I was wrong to make you up as I went along, then why do you grow weaker in my mind as I grow strong? My old friend, my old
Beautiful.
Thank you. Right, we're gonna do another song that that I wrote called Secrets. I think we did this last time too. I can keep a secret. You can tell me anything. somebody betrayed me. A friend told all my secrets, no one but myself to blame. Like the kind of friend I was to you, left me feeling so ashamed. So now I can keep a secret, no more giddy feeling that I tell. Share your darkest, deepest secrets, and know forever that I'll guard them well. Secrets I will never tell. Told all my secrets, share all of the things I said, like the kind of friend I was to you, and you were instead. So now I can keep a secret, no more guilty feeling that I'll tell. Share your darkest, deepest secrets, and know forever that I'll guard them well. Know forever that I'll guard them well. Secrets I will never tell. Secrets I will never tell. Secrets I will never tell. We're going to do an instrumental now that Kent wrote called The Whole Truth and Nothing But.
This was a piece that I wrote a long, long time ago. Back when I was skinnier. Had some hair. The whole truth. aren't guitar players like everybody else. So
I tell you what, that's a lot of notes, though. Whatever. That's a lot of notes. That's more notes than everybody else put together.
All right, we're going to do another song that I wrote. This is the closest thing I've written to a love song. I wrote this song for my precious husband. It's called Mystery Man. While I was waiting for my ship to come in, yours landed. Oblivious to worldly trappings that snared the rest. The rules of decorum single-mindedly you abandoned. Questioning and curious, you began your quest. Mysteries surround you as you circumnavigate this world. Amazed and amazing with every muse. As your local guide, I'm so proud to be your girl. You'll always be the mystery man I choose. Mr. Enigma is the only name that defines you. Music flows out of your fingers and joy is flight. You're witty, intense, committed, sweet and blind too. Anything that doesn't make its way into your circle of light. Mysteries around you as you circumnavigate this world. Amazed and amazing with every muse. As your local guide, I'm so proud to be your girl. You'll always be the mystery man I choose. Captivate and fascinate with every close encounter. While I try to get your attention and read your mind, your far off gaze and the voices you hear are louder. But my love won't be alienated through space or time. Mysteries surround you as you circumnavigate this world. Amazed and amazing with every muse. As your local guide, I'm so proud to be your girl. You'll always be the mystery man. Always be my mystery man. Always be the mystery man I choose.
Why, thank you. Thank you all so very much.
Y'all
Appreciate
sounded great.
Thanks to everyone listening out there. And one more time, special thanks to everyone who played before us. That is some great talent that you put together, Harry. And man, I really wish I played guitar. So that's about all I can say after hearing all these fine players and singers.
You're doing fantastic. Y'all are both doing fantastic. I tell you what, the numbers over there on Facebook are already going up. You know, there's all the little thumbs up and the hand claps and the hearts and everything. Y'all are getting famous.
We're going to do a song now called Our Country Healed in It Peace, which is another song that I wrote. democracy no longer perverted, our country healed and at peace. Acceptance that science will help to guide us, to save our people, water, air, the earth, committing to our allies strong beside us, that we regained our sanity and worth, to see the chaos and disaster averted, the fear and anxiety released, our democracy no longer perverted, our country healed and at peace. For now into the future we are safe, becoming undivided and whole, embracing every heart, mind, and face, united as one body and soul. Chaos and disaster soon behind us, the fear and anxiety released, democracy, the heart and soul that binds us, our country will heal and be at peace, our country will heal and be at peace.
That's
If you
wonderful.
got time for us, we got one more for you.
You
Harry.
got one more. One more song. One more, however long you want to make it. I want to thank y'all so much for adding so much such class to our show here. I mean,
Yeah, we're classy.
it ups our game. I tell you what, that's great.
Well, Harry, thanks again for having us on. And everything that we've had to do with the Songwriters Association, whether it be judging or playing, whatever, we've had a great time with it. So we really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate being appreciated.
All right. We're going to end this with another Kay Ellingson original. This
All right.
is called The Hook. Little second line type New Orleans groove for you. Okay.
You got me with the things you said, and you got me with the things you did. You got me with the way you look. You got me, and now I'm hooked. You told me I was the only one. You gave me more than I deserved. Your keen eyes read me like a book. You knew I was easy to hook, but you told me I was the only one who was as worthless as me, and I didn't
you so much. Thank you. Don't go away. Don't go away.
Okay.
Don't go away. We're going to put it on Gallery View. There we all are. Thank you, everybody, for such a great show and coming and playing and everything. And
Thank you so much for having us.
Kent and Kay, y'all just add so much class to what we're doing here, you know. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So
Well, thank you so very much.
and Kat and John and Larry Beamer, he was here, and Sue Skinner. We had Sue Skinner, and she's going to be a star in Texas now, I think. So great show, folks, and we'll do this all again one of these days, as soon as we can. Thank you very much, and y'all have a nice weekend. I want to thank everybody over on Facebook. We had a good crowd today, it looked like. So I'm anxious to look at the video and everything. So come back and watch the video. Now I put this on. It's going to be on Facebook and it'll be on YouTube, and each one of you will have your own individual videos on there too. So we'll go.
Thanks so much, Harry.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Kay and Kent and everybody else. And I think I've said enough now. Okay, push that little red button and this thing will be over. I got to be the last one. I'm like the captain on the ship, you know. I got to stay, so I got to be the last one.
Bye, Harry.
Okay, but have a nice weekend. Thanks, Kat.
Okay, now leave me.
Adios. Bye, folks. Thank you very much for coming. We'll do this again next week.